Object storage. So some common uses are media data, cloud native storage, storage as a service, backup and archive, and that is just to name a few. Features are that it is scalable, HA, supports snapshots and clones, support multi-site, and it is S3 Swift compliant. So to create these services, we need to select the nodes that we want the RGWs to run on. Croit will deploy the services and create the pools and anything else needed under the hood to support this. So let's take a quick detour to the pools, and we should see some RGW pools being created. We're actually going to have a much larger list than this. And let's see where it's at. There we go. More are coming in. It's just going to take a few more moments to finish. There we go. So let's create our first bucket. Now, we haven't created a user yet, and our interface is smart enough to let us know that we need to create a user before we do anything else. Call this test. We can also set a placement group for this user. We can also leave it blank. If we need to, well, I'll talk about placement groups and storage classes here in just a moment. Create our bucket. Test bucket. You can also set placement rules on the buckets. You can configure who the owner of the bucket is. In addition to that, we have the option to shard buckets across multiple RGWs. We have a good blog on that and why that's a good capability to have as well. And we can also handle object versioning. This is needed for object lock, oftentimes known as immutability. We can create ACLs by a single user, multiple users, or it can be left open. You can set what the permissions for the user or users are. We'll leave this open for right now. And there is our first bucket. So let's look at the users real quick. We have some handy features. So if you select the user, you can see what the keys are. Another useful thing is downloading the S3-CMD file. So this is handy for connecting with applications. And we can also create sub-users. As well. If we go over to placements, we can use additional pools with different performance characteristics or durability by creating placements. So here is an example. If we had an EC pool that we created, we could select that and give it a name that is descriptive. Just as an example. We can also create HA VIPs. Same way that we would do, as I've shown in SMB and NFS. And you can manage your SSL certificates. So in your environment, you would need to configure, set the domain name, etc. And there we have object storage.